Hello students, we are going to learn about speech versus silence discrimination using average energy, average magnitude and zero crossing rate method. The flow of the topics will be to know what is meant by the three keywords in the concept, followed by what is the necessity to discriminate speech and silence, and finally it is the algorithm for the same. To start with, what is average magnitude? Consider a 5 millisecond duration speech signal. In that signal, based on the content, there may be a high frequency component and low frequency component. Based on the frequency, window is chosen. For high frequency region, small duration window, and for low frequency region, larger window is chosen. After convoluting with the speech signal, average value of the magnitude will be found. This is called as spectral smoothing, and this will spectral smoothen the speech signal also. What is average energy? Consider a 5 millisecond duration speech signal, and as mentioned before, proper window will be chosen based on the frequency component. The segmented speech signal will be let into a squarer. When the original signal is represented as x of t, it is let into a squarer, it becomes x square of t in the expression. When we look into the speech signal, we can observe that low amplitude area will become much more reduced in the amplitude and high amplitude region will become highly predominant in amplitude. That is, the region having low amplitude below 1 volt, example 0.5 volt will become 0.25 volts, and the region of high amplitude above 1 volt, for example 2 volt will become 4 volts. What is the significance of this? Previously, in the signal, the amplitude difference between the low and high amplitude was minimal and it will not be significantly visible. But when subjected to squaring, the amplitude will be doubling, so the difference is predominant. But why is it required? Theoretically, voice will have voiced and unvoiced portion mixed up. Voiced portion will have low frequency and high amplitude, usually above 1 volts, and unvoiced portion will have high frequency and low amplitude. So, when speech signal with voiced and unvoiced is let into a squarer, voiced and unvoiced portion will be highly differentiated. This difference helps us to design and fix threshold easily and segregate voiced portion and unvoiced portion from the speech signal. And the last parameter to discuss is zero crossing rate. Now the word voiced and unvoiced is familiar for you. Once again, I remind you that voiced portion will be high amplitude and low frequency, and unvoiced will be low amplitude and high frequency. This feature is what we are going to exploit for the segregation. As voiced is of high frequency, so the signal do not cross zero often, whereas low frequency unvoiced signal will cross zero often. So, the zero crossing should be counted and used for understanding between voiced and unvoiced. How to count the number of zero crossing? It is so simple. An ordinary comparator can be used for this purpose. In an op-amp comparator, one signal, that is the reference signal, is kept as ground. The other input for the comparator will be the speech signal x of t. Whenever the amplitude of speech signal goes below 0, there will be a change in the output of the comparator. The change will be predominant as it shifts between plus Vsat to minus Vsat. Now the generic idea of average magnitude, average energy and zero crossing rate is clear. Now we are going to see how these can be used for silence versus speech discrimination. Before that, why that discrimination is required? Many a time, speech processing has an application in automatic speech recognition system, in short called as ASR. Here it is required that exact pause between the words and in between silence and the start of the word to be found out. If exact pause related silence and start of word is not segregated, small portion of the word will be missed out. To be much more clear, when we start uttering the word, the amplitude do not immediately reach a high value to understand the start of the word at the signal level. So, the amplitude of the silence and start of the word will be more or less similar. So, in that resembling condition, we should segregate the silence and speech. For this, we use average energy and zero crossing rate principle. Short time speech signal is retrieved from convoluting with Hanning window. Now comes the original algorithm. For a 10 millisecond frames, the computation at a rate of 100 times per second is done. The mean and standard deviation of the average magnitude and zero crossing rate are computed to this interval to give statistical characterization of the background noise. Using this statistical characterization and maximum average magnitude in the interval, zero crossing rate and energy thresholds are computed. The maximum average magnitude profile is searched to find the interval in which it always exceeds a very conservative threshold. It is assumed that the beginning and the ending point lie outside the interval. Then working backward from the point in which m first exceeded the threshold ITU, where m first falls below the threshold ITL, is tentatively selected as the beginning point. A similar procedure is followed to find out the tentative endpoint N2. This double threshold procedure would make sure that the dips in the average magnitude function do not falsely signal at the endpoint. At this stage, it is reasonably safe to assume that the beginning and ending points are within the interval N1 and N2. The next step is to move backwards from N1, comparing the zero crossing rate to the threshold determined from the statistics of zero crossing rate for the background noise. This is limited to 25 frames preceding N1. If the zero crossing rate exceeds threshold 3 or more times, then N1 is moved backwards to the point where zero crossing thresholds is exceeded. Otherwise, N2 is defined as the beginning. A similar procedure is followed at the end. With this, I would like to conclude this session on speech versus silence discrimination. Thank you.